Because
we doing filmographies. He's Jason.
I'm Jules.
And that just okay.
Okay. On the 13th day of Pittsmas, my true love gave to me
herpes.
Thelma and Louise. When I was little, they seemed so old, and now I think they look great. Judy Davis looks amazing in those sunglasses.
How do you think they're friends?
Do they not both work at that diner?
I do not think so.
I thought maybe they were together in that diner in the first scene, but I could be wrong.
No, I don't think she has a job.
35 and 43.
Oh, is that right?
I did the math.
That's how old their characters are supposed to be?
That's how old they are when they make the movie or when it came out.
But their characters are also that age?
Probably.
Okay. Yeah, I turned to Callie and I go, how are they friends? We don't get a sense for that.
But they are.
They very much are.
They love each other.
They do. They're very supportive of one another.
They kiss.
So this movie,
it fucking sucks.
It's got a tagline, and
with a friend like this, who needs enemies? This idiot.
No, but it's equally as stupid. It says, somebody said get a life, so they did. That's really bad. It had an estimated budget of $16.5 million.
Billion.
Yeah, the world's GDP.
Ridley Scott's English.
Mm-hmm. So is Tony, apparently.
I was thinking about this while watching it because it's this weird... I don't know if it's just the early 90s, but it seems like it's almost like a foreigner's take on that rural America feel. Because everybody is so ugly. It's crazy. Every man in that bar is hideous, except for the rapist.
I mean, they're not far off.
And a lot of the other people that come across in gas stations and shit, just fucking slugs.
Yeah. Yes. It grossed worldwide $45 million.
This movie is huge. It crossed boundaries. People loved it.
It put Oprah on the map.
Was she Thelma?
Yeah.
Why did they put Oprah on the map? You're just going to leave that dangling there? Okay.
She,
because it was part of her book club?
Mm-hmm. Even though it was a movie. It still counts.
It still counts?
Yeah.
Did you say that?
I did. Shelley Desai is in it.
Who's that?
Remember that? He was the storage locker guy from...
Oh, yeah. I was like, I wonder if Jules remembers this guy.
Of course I do.
I assumed you must have.
Lucinda Jenny.
The storage guy from Everything Put Together?
Yep.
Yeah, from the Rhoda Mitchell run.
Yep. Lucinda Jenny. She played Lena, the waitress. You know her, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
I like her. What's she from?
I don't know, but she's from stuff, and I recognize her.
You didn't look it up?
I didn't know. I didn't.
She's from Firefly and Fringe.
Yeah. There you go. I got some trivia here.
I'm ready for it.
I don't know if...
Ridley Scott is Tony Scott's brother. There's some trivia for you.
Yeah, he's dead.
Ridley Scott made Gladiator.
Tony Scott made Welcome to the Punch, and then he jumped off of a bridge.
He had brain cancer.
Mm-hmm.
He killed himself because he had inoperable brain cancer.
He apparently also couldn't swim.
Well, don't you just shatter your bones when you hit that water unless the dolphins save you?
Depends on how high up you are and how you jump.
Well, he had the jetpack on, and then he cut it loose.
Right. And he's an Olympic diver, so...
Was he really?
He did. Apparently he did a triple Lindy.
Oh.
But it went cockeyed.
Like Dangerfield and Bug Eyes? I got high blood pressure!
The one trivia I'm going to hit you with...
One?
Yeah, because the others I can weave.
Oh, I like that. Like a snake.
Before Brad Pitt was cast, the role went to a one William Baldwin.
Oh, yeah.
But he ended up dropping out.
Oh, he was too good for it?
He probably thought, this is too good for me.
Wow.
George Clooney was rejected multiple times.
You'd been a little hottie at this point, too, I bet. I wonder if he had that bad hair, though.
They probably saw
Attack of the
Combat
Killer
Academy.
Oh. Keith Gordon, was he in the running?
Mark Ruffalo auditioned.
Shut the fuck up. Really?
That's what this says.
God, how old would Ruffalo be? That's so far from whenever I've seen him in anything.
Yeah, I mean, the first time I remember seeing him was Safe Men, which had to have been like 96 or 97.
God, You Can Count on Me is the first thing that he ever registered for with me.
Yeah, I knew him from Safe Men, and then it wasn't until Eternal Sunshine that I think he kind of started to crackle a little bit.
Who is he in Eternal Sunshine?
He works with Kirsten Dunst. He's dancing around in his underwear. And eventually the role went to Robert Downey Jr., but Ridley deemed him too short compared to Gina Davis.
She is big. and I love it.
And she's the one who picked Brad Pitt.
She still fucking looks pretty good, and she's 67.
I love her. Oh, in this movie?
Right now,
No, yeah.
in 2023,
Yeah.
she looks great, and she's 67.
She's so good in this movie.
She's great.
I love her.
Do you think if Parker Posey doesn't work out, we see if we can be Gina Davis's boyfriends?
Well, I love her in a non-sexual way.
Oh, really? Why? Why?
There's
Why?
something so genuinely innocent in her portrayal of this character
Oh,
that just warms the cockles of my heart.
okay.
You know?
But you don't want to make it sexual even after you've spent some time
Well,
together?
I mean, I make everything sexual, so
Right.
eventually it's going to get there.
Put her giant feet in your mouth.
Yeah.
Was she 6'8"?
Yeah, that sounds about right. She wears a size 23.
She was the inspiration for that video game Rampage because the guy who created it saw her just punching through a building one day.
She invented making wine by stomping on grapes.
Yeah, she's in the video where she falls and she goes, oh, 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 oh.
This movie
Fucking sucks. Sorry.
has a synopsis.
Oh, do you want me to do that? Wait, are you taking it away from me because I was bad last time?
Well, I was actually going to do this one,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I ended up doing that other
oh.
one because you couldn't. So you can do this one.
No, I want you to do it. You're
No,
excited.
it's-
No, do it. You wanted to do it.
Totally fine.
I think it's because of the last line.
It is the last line.
Do it.
But if you get it, then you can do it. Two friends, Susan Sarandon, Louise, and Gina Davis, Thelma.
Sarandon.
Sarandon?
Yeah, it's pronounced Sarandon.
Sarandon?
No, Sarandon.
Sarangas.
Sarandon.
Okay. Decide to go away for a weekend in the wilderness.
Did I fuck you up?
No, that's where I left off. Oh. Thelma takes this opportunity to live a little, even if only for a few days. First, by leaving her controlling cunt of a husband, Daryl, Christopher McDonald.
Shooter McGavin.
He's great in this movie. With a TV dinner, sitting in the microwave, and a bottle of beer with a note attached to it.
He seems a little cocaine-y.
He does. What do you think about that TV dinner she left him?
You can't just leave that sitting out. You'll get real sick.
Right. And the beer is going to be warm.
Fuck him.
She also later attracts a rapist at a bar the ladies stop at to get a few drinks. Louise intervenes before things go south, however, but then loses control, remembering an assault she endured years earlier, and shoots that shit stain, killing him dead. On the lam and headed to Mexico, Thelma and Louise form a lasting bond and discover their true selves. With the help of Louise's sometime boyfriend Jimmy, Michael Madsen, and the opposite of help from hitchhiker JD, Brad Pitt, it's a race against time and the police, led by compassionate lawman Hal, Harvey Keitel, and Max, Stephen Tobolowsky, friend of the show, as Thelma and Louise.
You did it.
I did it. Now, I had some problems with some of the casting in this movie.
Okay, I'm ready.
I feel like Michael Madsen and Harvey Keitel should have flip-flopped. I don't get him and Louise, Michael Madsen, and Susan Sarandon.
I don't think they're super...
I don't buy it.
I think they have like a weird adult relationship where they're not wicked committed, but they like each other.
Well, he proposes to her.
Yeah, well, she's on the lam.
It feels like that character should have been a Harvey Keitel aged person because Susan Sarandon is, no spring chicken.
She's 43. How old's Michael Madsen in this?
I don't know, but he feels young.
Madsen.
Yeah. And the ladies at the diner really like him.
Madsen?
Mm-hmm.
He's fucking super handsome in this.
He is.
He looks great.
Yeah. But when I see a Michael Madsen, I feel like doom is on the horizon.
Yeah. But that comes after this movie, all that programming that you absorb.
Exactly. So here it's misleading in hindsight when I travel back in time to watch this movie.
Right.
So I'm getting that and I'm thinking, oh no, he's going to screw them every which way but loose.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't feel that.
And Brad Pitt's going to not screw them at all. Turns out I had it completely backwards.
You did. I thought Keitel was fantastic in this.
No, he is fantastic, but I think the Madsen character needs to be sort of that age. And that actor, to be honest, I think would have really lit the screen up with Sarandon's portrayal.
Do you think, would Harvey Keitel be a good addition to this podcast? I feel like I've looked into it, and I feel like the 90s is great. I don't know about after that.
God, Keitel's one of those guys that, the the high highs.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to watch Shadrach.
I do not know the low lows, nor do I want to get into it. I don't think.
He's just a gun for hire. He just acts, you know.
Yeah,
He's
but
in whatever.
I mean, he was an actor earlier, and then became like a gun for hire when the people making movies remembered him from being his actor days.
When he was the wolf.
So, pretty please, with sugar on top. Clean the fucking car.
Mm-hmm.
When he was Fingers.
Don't you ever touch him again, you cunt. I'll cut your fucking lips off, you cocksucker.
But regardless of that, I think everybody's great in here.
That's what you had the problem with the casting? It's just those two you thought should be switched?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a plethora of problems.
So that's a pretty big problem.
Only for you?
That's 80% of the cast.
Fucko.
It should be switched. But, yeah, so the movie starts, you know, they're...
Smoking in that diner where they serve food. Oh my God, that kitchen is filled with cigarette smoke, and I just can't think about eating eggs and French toast in that fucking ashtray.
Because back in the day, smoking and non-smoking, it was like that sign on the wall. Anything beyond that sign is non-smoking. Yeah. Everything over here is smoking.
Gross.
Where's the door? There's no door. It's a sign. And so she's like,
hey, how you doing, little housewife? You all packed? We're out of here tonight.
She goes, well, I haven't told...
Shooter McGavin.
You're in big trouble, though, pal. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No.
Shooter McGavin yet. Daryl.
He hasn't eaten his pieces of shit for breakfast yet, so he's pretty upset.
Yeah, he comes out, and she's mustering the strength to ask him, and boy, he's just... Nothing she can do will ever please him.
I started laughing hysterically at him being like already annoyed, and then her being like, "Hun." It's like I could see that hun making you fucking lose your mind hearing that shit.
What?
Hun. Thelma, you better shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah, it seems kind of odd that people want to buy all these mattresses on a Friday. Well,
It's a good thing you're not regional manager.
I'm going to be home late, and so she doesn't ask him. She just does it. Takes his fishing gear. When he goes to his Corvette.
They don't even have kids, right?
No.
Why would you stay in this horrible marriage?
Well, because they're remodeling the house.
Well, there you go.
When he falls down, that wasn't in the script.
Jesus! God damn it, Homer! Christ, I gotta get to work!
And he tells that old man, you better be out of here by 3 o'clock.
And the other guy's like watering nothing.
It's a lady, but yeah, he falls.
That's a lady?
Yes.
Shit, my apologies.
It's unfortunate, but true.
They look like Judah Friedlander in a hat.
I'm Mrs. Hamburger.
Is that world champion over there?
So he peels out, and she just loads up her gear into Sarandon's car. Mm-hmm. The trunk is in the front. I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't.
And it pops up this way.
Hell yeah. Where's the engine?
Super bizarre. I don't
Underneath
think there is
the car?
one.
You just got to hold hands and it goes.
Yep. And she's like, well, what the hell did you tell Daryl that he let you go? And she goes, I didn't tell him nothing. She's eating like a candy bar. She takes a bite and puts it in the glove box and then takes it back out and eats it. Like she's like, nah, I'm not going to save this. So they're driving and they're just going to a cabin for the weekend.
To fish.
Yeah, because her manager is getting divorced and his wife is going to get the cabin. So he's just letting everybody that works there use it.
Is that bald guy? It's like, I love you, Gene Davis.
Yeah, with the bow tie, I assume.
He seems nice.
He does.
Too bad she just didn't dump her husband and go with him.
Thelma, when are you going to run away with me?
Yeah, that is too bad.
Although, who knows, maybe also a monster behind closed doors because men are bad.
He's the kind of guy that's going to leave after 2 months and go join the army.
Yeah, men are bad. I wasn't being sarcastic.
So she goes, well, shit, I'm trying to live a little bit. Let's stop at a bar
Make sure you bring your pistol.
and get a drink because we're not going to be going to the cabin until after dark anyway. So what's the point of racing?
Good thing they took a stop.
Yeah, super good idea.
Yep.
So they go there and they get drinks and, Susan Sarandon's loosening up a bit.
So are they just getting shit-faced and they're going to keep driving through the night in the dark?
Yeah, apparently.
I mean, they probably won't crash into anybody, but it's dark.
She's getting buzzed for sure. She has 2 Margos and a couple of shots. And I forget the asshole's name. Stitch?
Dolrit?
Yeah, he's coming around hot and heavy.
He's like, oh, shit, somebody using from this town.
You think she's just drunk or he roofied her? Because she goes, oh, God, my head's spinning. I got to get out some fresh air. But he seems like the kind of guy.
That's a great question. He might have. I don't know. She doesn't have any roofie effects after that.
Yeah, they don't really get into it, but she is
She gets drunk fast
Yeah.
and then is exerting a lot of energy.
Yeah.
I could see you feeling real bad about that. You're coming down. Get her a beer.
So they go out. So they go out to get some air, and he starts macking on her.
God, he's touching her a lot.
And she goes, "Well, no, I think I need to walk this off." He goes, "Well, no, you're gonna have sex with me right now."
Yeah, I'm going to sit you right up on this car.
He slaps her, and what does he say?
I'm not going to hurt you.
Really?
This guy's a real great guy.
Because you kind of already just did.
Yeah. Well, he says that before he slaps.
Maybe saying it is more powerful than the slap, and it restructures your brain.
He says it like 30 seconds before he slaps her.
He slaps the shit out of her, and then he says it. And then he says, look, I don't want to have to hurt you, but I'm going to force myself onto you either way. So and he spins her around and starts working off her panties. Now, Gina Davis did bring a handgun with them.
Yep.
That Thelma, Louise says, well, God damn it, Thelma, give me that. I'm putting it in my purse. So she pulls it out and she puts it up to the asshole's head. She goes, Dulrit, you better put that micropene away and take your hands off my friend.
You let her go, you fucking asshole, or I'm gonna splatter your ugly face all over this nice car.
Well, no, he does take it out and it hits the ground. It's huge.
Oh, is that what hit it?
Yeah, he would have killed her if he
I thought
put
he
that
dropped
in.
something, but I guess he did.
That's why he's so mean.
And she puts that gun right up to the back of his jaw.
Yeah, it's pretty good. She means business.
She does, and so he lets them go. But then he goes, "You whores."
I should have gone ahead and fucked her.
What did you say to me?
I said, suck my cock.
And she shoots him in the fucking heart.
Yep.
And he's dead. In a really weird pose.
And I was going to say Julia Roberts. Poor Julia Roberts has got that bloody face.
Mm-hmm. And they're just like, oh, we got to get out of here.
Let's drive for 2 hours and stop.
Well, first, let's peel out of here.
Yeah.
And almost hit two vehicles, which are going to remember us.
That's who remembered them?
Must be, because nobody else seems to have.
Because, boy, this was a real quick figure them out situation.
Wasn't it, though?
I mean, they try to, in the script, these are the reasons why we figured it out. But I'm at home going, no, this is not a 24-hour solve.
Yeah, because Harvey Keitel, he's talking to the waitress.
I don't know what they were driving.
Right.
I don't think them girls did shit. I like them.
You know they paid with cash.
Right, I was going to say, no cards involved. Oh, so she tipped you big time, so why even fucking bring her up?
Right.
You hate that guy anyways.
I
Fuck him.
can't tell you shit. If anything, it was probably somebody's wife or husband or his wife, right? So,
he's a real Dulrit.
And then immediately thereafter, they show up at Daryl's house.
I guess there's also a scene where he's looking through the computer matching the makes of the car to names, which seems like it would take several days to clear that list.
And you know me. At the sight of this vehicle,
License plates, trains, what?
Yeah, no. At the sight of this vehicle, I was having trouble determining what it is. Is it a Corsair?
Is it a Christine?
It might be. And so if I'm having trouble,
everybody,
everybody else, right? So, boy, you're right. They do go through the motion and establish that they're actively trying to find them, but I don't think they get the pieces put together well enough to be able to just show up at Daryl's house.
It's too fast.
It's way too fast.
How many hours?
And this happens again later, and I'm going to bring it up because it really is jarring later. But so, they're on the road. Boy, we got to get to Mexico because ain't nobody going to believe that you were being raped. And consequently, I shot him when I shouldn't have.
I think you could lie about that. Just
rape?
he said, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
So I shot him because I thought he was gonna.
Right, but with what gun? Well, it's Thelma's gun. She brought it, and I have it. And it's the 90s. And remember when Sally Field got raped in that bar?
That's Jodie Foster.
Was that a ghost?
I think, was that Farrah Fawcett? They said a ghost raped her.
So they're on the road trying to get out of there.
Can we break it down a little bit? How long do you think they drive after they murder the guy?
That's what I was going to try to break down because it feels like a night. They drive through the night.
They are for sure.
And then during the day, they're at the hotel.
They are for sure 24 hours or less from Mexico. Probably more like 16 or less.
Oh, absolutely.
There's no reason.
We're 24 hours away from Mexico.
Are we? No, that'd be a little bit further.
Maybe 30.
30, 34.
But
they could have just
point stands.
They fucked up so hard by not just keep going. Keep going.
Well, they can't go through Texas.
Right.
So
they should just hauled ass.
That only leaves Arizona and California.
You and me?
And Louisiana.
We would have kept going.
I told Callie, I said they should have went up to Canada.
Too
Probably
cold.
just as easy to escape into And who's going to be looking for you in Canada?
I feel like if you got like a
And
state,
you're white women, so you just fade into the void.
if you got like a state away, I really think that you'd be doing pretty good.
You can do well enough to get rid of your car.
This seems like a real Legend of Billie Jean situation where they're fucking not getting far enough away.
Sure, it's fair.
We went the next town over. It's 20 miles.
Get rid of your car.
Yeah, man. They don't. Why don't they get rid of that car?
I don't know.
I thought they were going to steal that semi at the end.
Wouldn't that have been something?
I can't drive it.
Let's go kill John Connor. And so it gets a little fuzzy here, but they reached out to Daryl. He's a buffoon, and they just start living with Daryl. The cops, they're just there.
Yeah, they're bugging it. They're trying to. They feel like he's the entry point.
They're watching some like mushy movie one night.
Yeah, this is a
And he
hilarious
changes
scene.
it to sports,
Just for a second to see the score.
and they're all like, "What the hell?" And he goes, "Oh, sorry."
It's like fucking 14 federal agents. Why would you do that?
Yeah, because Stephen Tobolowsky is
Ned Ryerson.
FBI, right? I don't think they specify, but it feels like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because Keitel, he doesn't automatically get to go with him.
Are you talking about my good friend Tobo?
Yeah, Tobolobolo.
He looks good young.
He does.
It's interesting. I'm very used to him 10 years later.
He's a little sexist, but it works on Daryl.
Sammy Jenkins.
So, yeah, the ladies are driving around and they go by a guy who's lifting weights.
Yeah, let's talk
It looks like he's from Muscle Beach, but he's in the middle of Kentucky. Where are they?
I don't know. They're not in Kentucky.
Alabama? Because they can't go
Is
to
that off
Texas.
to the right of Texas?
I don't know.
Oklahoma.
Eventually,
Tejas.
they're in
Isn't
like.
there like Louisiana would be over there somewhere.
Eventually, they're in like Arizona.
What?
'Cause they're driving through the desert and there's them rocks.
Red Rocks? But that guy lifting weights is pretty crazy. He's just in like the right-hand corner of the frame. There's no way you could miss him, but he's not like the point of the scene.
No.
He's just there pumping iron.
Yeah, he feels really out of place.
Jenny and I talked about this for a while, and we arrived on. He's been on a long car trip. He's a lunkhead.
Yeah.
A meatball.
He's heading to California.
He's got to get out and pump some iron, and get his blood flowing.
Well,
right?
you just got to keep pumping iron. So maybe it's his regimen, and now is his time.
Adamantium is pumping through his veins.
Because of Brian Cox.
It's always Brian Cox, isn't it?
It usually is, unless it's the other guy.
Diane Box.
Fuck off.
They pick up Brad Pitt eventually.
Yeah, he tries to get a ride, and he's the most polite boy in the world.
Yeah, and Gina Davis is all about it. But Sarandon's like, nah.
She's like, my friend's going to be like, this isn't a good idea. And her friend shows up and says, this isn't a good idea.
And he goes, okay.
But I appreciate your time. You all have a good day, all right? Drive safe.
Now they keep passing a truck driver.
So nice to meet you. Hope you have a wonderful day. Like, he's wildly polite.
Yeah.
Yeah, this nice truck. They make friends. They bond with the truck driver.
He's giving him the tongue. He's grabbing his crotch and thrusting it into the steering wheel.
Is this where Pitt got it from for the Tales from the Crypt episode where he just keeps flicking that fucking tongue?
Must be. And that comes back to later, though. So now they're driving down the road miles later, and they run into Brad Pitt again.
I was wondering what happened here. It almost seemed like they went back and got him. They came across him again?
It's some derelict. He's laying on like a sink that's in the middle of the desert
Hell yeah.
by a building.
He got kicked out of a car.
How they even see him, I don't know.
Wouldn't you assume he's been kicked out of a car if you see him again?
And they pick him up, and he goes with them.
Are you sure this isn't the Mouth of Madness? Sutter Kane's got him trapped in a little loop there.
Maybe. So they pick him up, and he goes with them. And, Gina Davis is flirting with him a little bit. And they're going to Oklahoma.
Do you think, I feel like he would smell bad.
Oh, yeah.
He's been like just around those truck stops for days. I feel like he'd smell real bad. He
Yeah.
might be pretty, but you'd be like, fuck no.
Yeah, his crotch is probably really pussy.
Dude, like, if there was like a super hot girl there
Yeah.
looking great in the dress and she just stunk,
Yeah.
no. Stink is a problem.
Yeah.
Give me that coronavirus so I can't smell it. Let me enjoy my time.
Yep.
I'm going to feel how oily everything is, though.
I mean, it wouldn't stop me from smelling a can if it was resting between her legs, but...
Oh, shit. He's world traveling you again.
So she's also going to meet Michael Madsen because he's her kind of boyfriend, and he agrees to give her $3,600.
No, it's $6,700.
No.
Yes. Pretty sure.
We'll find out.
I have about $6,700 in the bank.
At first, I'm thinking, oh, he's just going to do some weird double cross or something. But he doesn't double cross them. He's a little pushy. at first.
Yeah.
Tossing her around, smacking her, not letting her,
He doesn't smack her. What? He just smacks some stuff off a table and
not
gets a
letting
little
her
loud.
leave. Yeah. But there's something going on with them, and they have sex. And Brad Pitt ends up coming back and having sex with Gina Davis.
Yes. She finds out he's a robber.
I'm a robber.
You're a bank robber.
No. I don't rob no banks. Come on.
And it gets her hot.
Suzanne Sarandon gives Gina Davis the envelope full of $3,600.
Sarandon.
And she says to her, hey, don't, fuck up and leave this anywhere or whatever. I'm going to go talk to Jimmy.
Why would you not keep it on yourself?
Good question. Because Brad Pitt serenades her
Take me, break me, make me a man.
and has sex with her.
Yep, they kicked him out of the car into the rain. He wandered off. She was like, I'll love you. And then he shows up at her door.
And he rocks her world.
He fucking fucks the fuck out of her. She's never come before.
No.
And he rocks her shit.
And she never will again.
No, she shows
Turns
up.
out.
Unless, who knows what happens in that moment before being extinguished.
True. So Susan Sarandon says goodbye to Michael Madsen.
Is that how you sound when you come?
I have a condition where I actually throw up the semen.
That's crazy because you know what I do? I diarrhea everywhere.
That's
It smells
crazy.
So bad.
And he goes, hey, here's a ring. We should get married. And she goes, nah.
My girlfriend does not like me.
And he goes, well, you should hang on to that ring anyways. And she goes, all right. And then he leaves. And all the ladies are like swooning.
Put it through your nipple.
Oh, my God. What a smoke show, they say.
Maddie?
About Maddie, yeah. So all of a sudden, Christ, Gina Davis comes into the diner. And she's glowing.
Yeah, her hair is all tousled. Like
She goes, what the hell?
Fucked.
And she goes, I got fucked every which way but loose, girl. She
I was
goes,
fucking farting all over the place because I've never been looser in my life.
And she goes, well, I'm glad you finally had real sex. With who? And she goes, oh, JD came back around. And she goes, well, where is he?
He taking a shower at my room.
Where is the envelope full of exactly $3,600?
$6,700 up in my room.
It's on the nightstand. And she goes, oh, Thelma. And the ding-dong ditch.
Sweet summer child.
They run out on the check.
Uh-huh.
And they get back to the hotel, and it's been ransacked. Brad Pitt's gone.
Not a nice guy.
And he took the $3,600.
That $6,700 is never coming back to him.
Nope.
But the police do find him with $6,600 on him later.
Or 35. It's hard to say. Now, I said to Callie, I says, if I were this Brad Pitt feller in this movie, although I would steal some money, I wouldn't take it all. I'm a gentleman.
I'd probably just hang out with him.
Well,
that was my whole angle earlier.
I mean, what's his angle?
I'd say, listen, Susan Sarandon, do you see what I did for Gina Davis? Do you want to come hang out too?
Mm-hmm. I know all about the swirl
I think that
and the knuckle.
I think the three of us have a good time.
Yeah.
I'll rent a place under my name.
Yep.
I'll hide you out.
You'll be my two wives.
Let me just keep fucking you.
Yeah. You'll be my mommy wife, and she'll be my baby wife.
Did you say mommy wife?
Yeah.
Like that's his mommy?
Yeah.
Susan Sarandon?
Yeah, she breastfeeds him.
Oh. I can get into that.
I know. You've gone on record.
Liquor sweat.
So he's gone now, but Harvey Keitel is closing in, and he finds Michael Madsen, who spills the beans, but not all of the beans.
Like on his shirt?
Yeah. And then he picks up Brad Pitt somehow.
Right. Another strange thing that they caught him.
Like,
He's still got almost all the money, so it's not like he was doing anything weird.
He's just some guy who's got $3,500 on him.
They don't know he exists. Like,
No.
how does this happen?
Or that he's been with them.
Well, I guess maybe he got arrested and then he snitched them out.
Why?
Because he knows they're troublemakers?
As far as we know, yes, they're wanted, but this isn't like a Billie Jean scenario where the nation's buzzing about it and rallying behind her or
all the
trying to shoot her.
preteens. Yeah.
So as far as I can tell, he gets picked up and he goes, well, where'd you get the money? And he's just like, well, I got it from two ladies. And all of a sudden it goes across the wire. So they have no money now. But Brad Pitt is a store robber.
Yep.
And he tells Gina Davis his whole spiel about robbing.
Ladies, gentlemen, let's see who wins the prize for keeping their cool. Simon says, everybody down on the floor. Now, nobody loses their head, then nobody loses their head. You, sir. Yeah, you do the honors. Take that cash, you put it in that bag right there. You got an amazing story to tell your friends. If not, well, you got a tag on your toe. You decide.
Is he acted out with a hairdryer? Is that the
I think
famous
so.
scene?
Yeah. Is it famous?
I mean, this is why everybody loves Brad Pitt, right?
Sure, I guess, but
This is it. This is like a weird amount of people watch this movie, and I think the entire reason he's famous is like all the women and maybe men are like, oh, that guy's pretty great.
he's got abs.
I like that guy. He's charming.
No pecs, but he's got abs.
I think I really like that dick in my mouth. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe. And so, to cheer up Louise, Thelma robs a store.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And she does the whole thing.
We don't really know, though. She just comes running out, and you're like, oh, she robbed it.
I mean, we know what's going on.
And then
but-
you see the security tape later.
Yeah. Because they're watching it, Stephen Tableau and Harvey Keitel are watching it with Daryl.
You keeping good track of that shit.
Here's the thing. It almost immediately cuts from them hightailing it out of the vicinity of the store to
Them going off the cliff?
them watching the video surveillance tape. Mm-hmm. How did they get this VHS in less than several days?
I mean, I think they're with Christopher McDonald.
There's a robbery going on.
Helicopters.
Maybe
Helicopters.
somebody's able to kind of identify Gina Davis's general characteristics.
You know what? Maybe that rapist they killed was a federal agent or something, because they're really devoting way too much to this.
Because now Susan Sarandon's talking to Harvey Keitel on the phone.
People are killed all day long around here, and nobody gives a shit.
And he's trying to talk him in.
I'm Investigator Hal Slocum, Arkansas State Police. I want you to know, neither one of you are charged with murder yet. You're just still wanted for questioning. Although now, Mrs. Dickinson's wanted in Oklahoma for armed robbery.
But she almost breaks at one point.
Miss Sawyer, I don't think you all are going to make it to Mexico. We should talk, please. I want to help you.
How about them heads they found around Minneapolis?
Yeah.
You don't hear shit about it. It's been a couple years.
They don't care anymore.
Nope. She's talking to Harvey Keitel.
Yep. And he's like, girl, come on in, You ain't charged for murder yet. We can still work with you on this.
Do you like it when he yells at Brad Pitt?
I love
He's
it.
like, those ladies had a chance, and you took that from them.
You think they would have robbed this store otherwise? He goes, oh, golly.
You're a shitter.
Maybe I am fecal.
Well, I think a shitter is a toilet.
She tells off, Gina Davis. I keep wanting to say Laura Dern, I think. Gina Davis tells off Daryl on the phone. Susan Sarandon's talking to the police. She's goading them on. And they get pulled over in the desert. This is weird. The cop approaches the car. Seems like he's aware of something. And he tells Susan Sarandon to get out and join him in his car. I'm thinking, okay, he's going to ask for oral sex.
Oh, yeah?
And that's what's going to really push these ladies over the edge.
Really?
Because they stop earlier. That trucker guy keeps doing his thing. They pull over, and he's like, I'm ready to fuck. And they go, you are not a good man, and you should think about what you're doing. Fuck you, bitches. I'm out of here. And they shoot his truck, and it explodes. I said to Callie, I go, that truck's going to get shot and explode.
I thought it was like a milk truck till it exploded.
No.
Propane and propane accessories?
Gasoline. Probably shouldn't have exploded. It probably would have shot it. The bullet may have pierced the tanker, and then it would have just started gluk, 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 because the oil would come out of it. Because shooting it doesn't blow up gasoline.
Nope, can't throw a cigarette in it either.
But it blows the fuck up.
Yeah, big time.
You dumb bitches! What in the hell? And they drive away. Now they're in serious trouble.
Now?
Yeah, before that,
All shits and gigs.
just ladies' night out.
Yeah, is that what it's like when the ladies...
It's ladies' night, and I feel all right, blowing up tankers. But, Tableau has really got a hard on now for these ladies, and he wants to nab at them. But Keitel wants to really save them and possibly, make out with one or both of them.
Nice.
I hear he went to seminary school.
What's that from?
Single women, single bars.
Oh, he's not in that.
Keith Gordon.
Okay.
He went to seminary school, and he has 2 girlfriends at the end.
Okay.
So, Steven Tobolsky's like, nah, man, I'm probably gonna just kill them. And he goes, no, you shouldn't do that. Remember Ruby Ridge? He goes, good point.
We'll go ahead and we'll get Waco going in a couple years.
Mm-hmm. We'll prove you wrong.
Was Ruby Ridge before this? They do
Before
mention
this?
Ruby Ridge?
No,
You're just joking? I
went
think
there.
Ruby Ridge was after this.
It's a hilarious scenario that needs to be made fun of constantly.
Right. Yes.
No. But, so, God, they robbed that one place, and I thought maybe it was going to turn into a robbery thing. But they don't rob any more things. And They're just driving around. Oh, they get stopped by the police officer.
Why didn't they ever switch cars? That would have
I don't know.
alleviated so much.
I don't know, especially because I keep thinking about that because of something wild. Clearly, that's what you do. But they don't.
They would never catch you and me.
So they put the cop in the trunk of his car, and they shoot holes in it.
Before they put him in.
Yeah. So he can breathe. But it is still the desert.
Yeah, he's going to cook in there.
And he does not have water. Just chain him up in the backseat of his car.
I mean, you could shoot the tires and drive away, and he's going to be out there for a while, but not die probably.
No. But so then all of a sudden...
Your dog will die in a locked car in 20 minutes.
A random
Let's put
guy
this guy in the trunk.
Is biking it down the road.
In the desert.
He's got dreadlocks.
Ain't nothing going to hold me down.
That's not what he's listening to.
It's not. What is it?
It's close. I thought it was Bob Marley at first. It's not. And I don't remember what it is, but it is neither of those things. He's smoking a huge joint. I'm like, is this like the weightlifter guy thing? Like, who is biking long term in a jersey on a racing or on a long distance race bike in the middle of the desert while smoking a joint? This is just all sorts of madness. And he just stops next to this derelict cop car to smoke his joint. And he hears something. And he goes over and the cop's finger pops out of the hole and he goes, my keys are over there. So what does he do? Takes a huge hit off of his joint and blows it into the bullet hole of the car. But they get him out eventually.
Do we see that guy, the cop?
Never again.
How do you know they get him out?
Because I feel like there's a scene where we see a car pull up on it or a helicopter or something.
When Thelma and Louise float by everybody they've met, the cop is just waving at them from a phone booth.
Hey, thanks for masturbating on my couch while coming onto my wife.
World traveler.
Yeah. And so they are driving down the street and all of a sudden some cop cars come flying by.
300.
Of them or the movie?
No, 300 cops.
Okay. And they go, oh, shit.
And a bunch of Persians.
And they pull off the road all erratically, and the cops just are giving chase, and eventually they end up in the desert.
Because they were able to trace them to their rough area when they made the phone call earlier to Christopher McDonald. And they
yeah,
came to
I guess
business.
they just tracked her iPhone or something. I don't
Find my
know.
phone. Find my phone.
And it's the jig is up. They're in the Grand Canyon. The cops are surrounded them. They have nowhere to go, but they don't need to go anywhere.
Hey, Louise, what if we just keep going?
What do you mean, Thelma?
We'll go over that cliff.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
You wanna do that?
Yeah, let's keep this vacation going.
She goes, yeah, I think I want to do that.
Put your tongue in my mouth.
I've never felt so alive in my life. I finally see the Matrix code.
Oh, shit.
And I can't go back.
No.
And she goes, well, shit. Oh, boy, those steaks are good, though. All right, fuck it. And they take off. Harvey Keitel runs. No. And they drive right off the cliff. It freezes.
Yeah.
Washes out and goes immediately to the credits.
This is awful. I misremembered the ending completely.
I knew it was coming. I just didn't know how it was going to happen.
No, I mean, I knew what they did, but I did not know it was as whack as that like final shot.
You know, I just think at the end of the day, they're just like, there's no way we can make this anything other than silly. So we need to get the fuck out of here immediately.
I mean, Jesus, wouldn't you want to like just see like from behind, you see the car going off the cliff and then there's no sounds and the car's gone and that's that. And then the credits roll. You know, that's what I thought it was. And I was shocked when it was the leaping car and the cut to credits. I was like, oh my God, this is terrible.
Credits, but then before that, there's a montage of them having a good time.
Fuck that.
I think, honestly, I think you need to veer away from that saccharine aspect and maybe do like a POV shot going down into the canyon.
Oh, I don't think I want to see them hit. I just want
exploding, body parts.
Yeah.
Skew. No, I don't know what you do, and I don't think they knew what to do either. I don't think there's anything, necessarily.
What do you think about my idea?
I mean, it's just as bad, but
just as bad.
No, I honestly, I just think they got to that point, and they were like, "This is going to be so powerful," and then they're looking at the dailies, and they're just like, "I don't know what to do here."
What if they're naked when they go over the cliff?
Yeah. What if they land on dildos? It worked, obviously.
I think there was an idea of some magical realism of them driving off into the clouds like Grease.
Or The Simpsons.
With my Thelma and Louise.
Remember that? When Homer's driving and he's on a mattress?
I don't like The Simpsons.
And then he wakes up and he crashes.
I've never seen it. Never seen an episode.
That's good, man.
Never once. No Seinfeld, no Cheers, no Simpsons.
Yeah.
No TV in general. I only watch Thelma and Louise.
Nothing wrong with that.
Is my dog barking?
Maybe. Or he dropped his keys. In an odd way, this feels like Field of Dreams.
Like how?
Like there's, I don't know, this American hokiness to it. A slight element of supernaturalness in, maybe not. I don't know, man. I like this movie up until the point where I really did not.
The moment when they go off the cliff?
Which thankfully was only the last several seconds. God. I give this movie a 6.5.
I feel like they would have done great in jail. I think they would have really enjoyed it. I think there's no men there. I think they would have felt weird freedom in jail.
I agree with you. On that. And I was hoping that's sort of where it was going to go.
I just don't think suicide is necessary.
No, because you could theoretically present a pretty good defense.
Maybe not in
with the right amount of witnesses.
Yeah.
That waitress is going to be like, yeah, that guy was a total rapist.
That guy rapes 2 women every weekend.
He raped me.
Yeah, so many times.
You know, he's raping me now and he's dead. I think that would have worked if you would have gotten Daryl on the stand.
Is that Shooter McGavin?
Yeah, and goaded him into presenting the type of man he is. That could have worked. Obviously, Harvey Keitel believed in them.
Yeah.
Right? You get Michael Madsen on there and the pussies just melt.
Mm-hmm.
Not guilty all day long, they would say.
Yep.
You know, he's cutting off people's ears and they just don't care.
Not yet.
They just don't care.
Yeah, suicide seemed unnecessary. There was something else I was going to mention. We talked about how ugly everybody was.
Yeah, it just wasn't that dire.
Oh, their situation? Nah, they're fucking around.
To drive off a cliff.
To be in jail 20 years, whatever.
Maybe.
55 and 63.
Yeah.
Single and ready to mingle. Man, Thelma fucks him every step of the way. Like, Louise is a problem in that she killed that guy.
That is a problem.
But it's Thelma's fault that Gum was there. Mm-hmm. It's Thelma's fault that she was getting involved with the guy that Louise immediately was like, well, this is a bad guy. This is a predator that's honing in on his prey. She's like, no, man, we're going to dance, have a bunch of drinks. And then she gets the money stolen. All the problems. Louise causes so many problems.
Here's the thing. After they killed that man, they could have just driven back home.
They could have put his body in the trunk. Yeah, going back home might have been good.
They don't know this.
Or going to the cabin.
They don't know that Daryl has yet to arrive home.
Mm-hmm.
But even if he had been home, there's no way they're going to be able to tie them to that murder.
Well, because they peeled out of that parking lot.
But still, if they're at home, I just feel like going home would have actually, now that I think about it, probably been the answer to their problems.
What I have to be is like, no, I don't have any friends. I wasn't out with anybody.
Oh, what do you mean? I was
here.
Yeah. My friend is with her husband who's not home because
No, she doesn't have a friend so that there aren't two of them. No friends.
No friends. And I hate the N-words.
My friend with the gun?
Yeah. Yeah, they would have totally gotten away with it.
Are these the kinds of bullets that they found in the man?
Chances are they were probably only a couple hours away.
Yeah, I'm confused about how close they were to everything.
So they wouldn't have been gone long enough where anybody would have noticed. And even if they would have identified the car, yeah, they would have just been like, Louise? No, she just got off of work.
Did you not hear what the waitress said? No way.
Yeah, no way, Jose.
And also, that was not her.
And also, fuck you. So yeah, I give this movie a 6.5, and you gave it a 10.
I didn't give a number.
Oh.
There is no number suitable for this movie. 6.5, really?
Yeah, I think it's a well-made movie, and I like most of it. There's a couple of things that I just, like I said, Harvey Keitel tracking them down, them somehow getting the surveillance footage, that would take weeks.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
To funnel through the system for anybody to even think that it was tangentially related to Thelma and or Louise.
Not a problem for them to get to Mexico. Even if they're driving 4 hours a day, they'll still outrun Harvey Keitel.
They could go to Mexico and back.
They could drive across the ocean to Australia and still nobody knows it's them.
Plus, that car never needs maintenance. They always seem to have money for gas. I mean, they're kind of living the dream. What would you give Brad Pitt, though, as JD?
I didn't give the movie a score.
You don't seem to want to, so I'm moving on.
Because you were talking.
Sure.
It's a 7. I think it's a 7. The problems you had with it, I don't really have those same problems. There's a couple of goofy things in it. I think it's good though. I like it when they shoot that guy. I feel like there's a lot of good camaraderie. I feel like the acting is really on point. I like those two so much.
Can you place that guy? I didn't look him up.
Who?
The guy who got shot.
Oh, that guy looks real familiar, but
He's been around. He may have been on West Wing.
Oh yeah, it's POTUS. Brad Pitt. I mean, I guess I give him a 6.5. I assume I'm supposed to give him a 7. I feel like I've already seen this character from him with the Image, and then sort of.
That's what I was. Yeah.
Too Young to Die a little bit too. They ring.
I kept thinking of the Image, and I liked him far better in that.
Yeah.
Even though he's in it far less.
He doesn't really work for me in this one. I'm not confused why people liked him.
No.
But having gone through his first wave of movies and seeing what's come on later, this doesn't do a ton for me. He's cute. I mean, I'm glad he fucked the fuck out of her, but
yeah.
What do you give him?
I think I'm going to give him a 6.
You give him 2 little worms.
Yeah. I think that's all I can give him. Because, I don't think that this isn't like a revelatory performance for me.
But it's so interesting that this is the thing that did it for people.
It is. I wonder if it's just his body.
I think the body, the smile.
It is a good smile.
He
can't fill out those jeans, though.
Charming vibe, I don't know.
He's got no tuchus. I was like, Jesus, what's this guy doing?
Well, go over there and start blowing in his butt until they inflate.
I should. Yep.
That's how you do it, right?
And I blow him up so big it pops.
I was thinking maybe you grab onto him as he goes.
He floats away. Oh, that too.
Yeah. You ride him to the moon.
Yeah. That's Thelma and Louise. I'm glad I saw it. It's one of those movies, like I said, I knew what it was going to be. It wasn't until halfway through that I was like, oh, wait, I know how this ends, And getting there was a little underwhelming, but it's one of those movies that I'm glad I saw it because you already know so much about it.
Yeah.
It's like a Shawshank or a Forrest Gump.
Right, or a Fear.com.
Yeah. Or a Static, It's just everybody talks about it.
Jenny, we were watching this. She was kind of into it. She was really perturbed by the bad men in this. And we paused it to do some stuff. We were talking. And she's like, wait, is it a sad movie? Is there going to be a sad ending? If it's sad, I don't want to watch it. I'm already sad. I don't want to watch it. And I was like, I just turned on the challenge. MTV's The Challenge.
It's not sad.
I mean, it's sad in that they die. They have a bad run and then they die. You don't know. You don't see them crash.
We don't know what's at the bottom of that canyon.
Right.
It could be a bunch of mattresses.
It could be, maybe their car secretly turns into a helicopter.
Or she puts up the soft top and it actually acts like a parachute.
And they glide
down.
They hit that river and take off and the helicopters can't even follow them.
Arrivederci, baby.
Today, Jenny said, do they go off a cliff? And I was like, yeah. Everybody knows that. Is that you remembered? She's like, yeah. I was thinking today, I was like, I think they go off a cliff. I was like, yep, that's how it goes.
It's about as iconic as the scene in that movie where Kevin Costner is carrying a lady out of a factory or something. Remember that? He goes, and he picks her up and he carries her out.
Is this The Bodyguard?
I don't know. Maybe it's Richard Gere. He's in I don't know. It's memorable though, huh?
Yeah.
So that's it.
There you go. We each give it a 10. We each gave Brad Pitt a 10.
Yep.
And you can go ahead and dispute that.
Yeah.
On Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, YouTube. We doing filmographies. Throw an at gmail.com on there to email us. Head on over to X gonna give it to you. Do filmographies.
Yeah. We got a hotline.
763-634-1897. You can text us too. Dispute what we say.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us how you think Brad Pitt's not good.
Please. And we will.
Man, I'm going to
listen to it.
I'll piss into my phone and that will ruin my phone.
I'll drink a jar of tears. Watch out.
We will. We will do those things. Head on over to the nowplayingnetwork.net and find plenty of other great podcasts.
Like We Doing Filmographies.
Yep.
I hear that's a good one.
It's great. Every week, Jason and Jules, they go through 1 out of 10 movies in a person's filmography run.
Yep.
I hear they start at the beginning and go from there, and then they shuffle after 10 and go on to 10 more.
I hear they also solve racism.
They do.
Quite often.
They do this thing where they shake hands, and it's a white arm and a brown arm, and then everything's fine.
Yep.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow
on
with...
14th day of Pitmas?
And do you know what's coming?
Tomorrow is California?
Nope. Fuck off. It's Johnny Suede.
Oh.
I think it's Johnny Suede. I could be wrong.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
Johnny Suede love. See, California.
Yep.
I've been Jason.
And I've been Jason.
And we were the Jasons that watched the movies and said words.
Yep.